75. The Omaha response to disaster.
Car 500. 500. Check 90th and Harrison or 100th and Q. Possible tornado sighting on the ground now. Clear. Has been a confirmed sighting of a tornado down southwest Omaha area, ranging from the area 132nd Q to 100th and Q Street. A tornado on the ground, southwest Omaha area, 132nd to 100th and Q, 1630. 6505. 6505. We have two tornadoes over here. Just west of Q Street, about 96. They're both on the ground, coming our direction. Clear 1632. Clear, tearing the roofs off the apartments over here. 1632. This is 455. 55. Go ahead with the other tornado. There's a tornado sighted. It's over in the Millard area. From here we can see it throwing debris around. 1632. District 505, that's ours at 96. We're leaving the area. 1632. Our 500 to District 505. Where are you at now? We're at 96 and it's coming our way. It's about 2 blocks away. Fire car 5. Go 5. That's making a path to the northeast. It looks like it's approximately at about 84th right now. 84th and what? Just between Q and L. 1634.
The key to public response is warning by civil authorities through severe weather watch forces, U.S. Weather Services, radio communications networks, civil defense sirens, and the news media public service broadcast. The group action of all of these systems resulted in the proper total response of the Omaha community during this disaster. Once the tornado is on the ground, continued tracking and notification to the public are essential. The gray area indicates the tornado's path, and the miniature tornado indicates the general location of the aerial views. Using this tracking information, law enforcement personnel were able to stop traffic from inadvertently driving into the path of the tornado on major thoroughfares. Damage patterns of tornadoes are as varied and unpredictable as their paths. As seen from aerial photographs, the limits of total destruction varied from roughly 50 to 100 yards wide, with damage from 1 to 4 city blocks wide along the tornado's path. The tornado touched down initially south of 114th and Giles Road and bounced along the ground on a track that varied from northeasterly to northerly through town to Benson Park, a total of 8.9 miles. The aerial vertical photographs of the entire path indicate the presence of 1 or 2 side lobe funnels in some places along its path. This is a common occurrence with massive tornadoes. As the tornado continued its path northeastward, tracking information was relayed by police and fire personnel through the news media to the general public. The public response of taking cover resulted in a miraculously low loss of life and injury. The tornado caused the loss of 3 lives and the hospitalization of approximately 157 people, most of whom were treated and released. When a tornado warning is issued, the only correct response is to immediately take cover. In office buildings or shopping centers, move to interior hallways on the lowest floor or to designated shelters. Try to avoid long hallways that lead directly to exterior doorways. They may become wind tunnels for debris. In homes, go to the basement and seek shelter under heavy furniture. If no basement is available, small interior rooms or the center of the house under sturdy furniture on the lowest floor will afford some protection. In schools, follow advanced plans. and proceed to an interior hallway on the lowest floor or designated shelter. In open country, move away from the tornado's path at right angles. If there is not time for this, lie flat in the nearest ditch or ravine and protect the head and eyes. Steel frame warehouse-type structures offer little protection. Mobile homes offer no protection at all during strong winds and should be evacuated. As will be seen, brick and masonry structures can offer little protection near outside walls, even at ground level. As the tornado continues its path, it begins to take a more northerly track. This change in track was possibly due to a larger storm that was tracking due north through town 4 miles to the east at the same time. Had the tornado continued its northeasterly track, the National Guard Armory would have been directly in its path. As massive tornadoes progress, the terrain seems to modify their destructive pattern. They are frequently most destructive as they sweep into a valley and up the ensuing slope after crossing a hill or ridge at right angles to their path. Such was the case in Westgate. Many houses here were totally destroyed. The Westgate School, directly in the path of the tornado, was almost totally destroyed. The storm continued on a north-northeast track. The larger storm, luckily, did not produce a ground tornado while over town. However, as evidenced by earlier sightings reported at Plattsmouth and Bellevue to the south, it probably contained a tornado in its belly. Bergen Mercy Hospital, although damaged, withstood the fury of the tornado as it passed on the west side of the hospital. Hospital radio communications remained intact. Even large masonry-structured homes suffered severe damage. The damage pattern is totally unpredictable even within the storm's path. Another hard-hit area was the valley at Pacific Street. The path once again turned more northeasterly. Steel frame structures offer little protection. The south wall of the brick post office building, directly in the path of the tornado, caved inward. Flying glass is particularly dangerous. Notice that all the windows in the Nebraska Furniture Mart buildings are missing. After smashing through the industrial area, the tornado plowed into residential dwellings, once again with an unpredictable destruction pattern. Some houses in the path were destroyed, while others suffered little damage. As the tornado continued, it headed due north for a while, then turned northwest. The larger storm to the east passed directly over the Fire and Police Communications Building and the Public Works Control Center. One-story motel structures offer little protection. Notice the absence of debris around the Downtowner Motel. The debris was apparently carried up into the tornado at this point. On its northwesterly track, the tornado swept through a valley and up a hill. Once again, the tornado shows one of its more destructive patterns.